What was once the Polk County Courthouse now serves as the Polk County History Center and houses the Historical Museum and Library. The museum serves Polk's community through special events, volunteer opportunities, and educational programs. More details are coming up next on Polk Place. Welcome to Polk Place. I'm your host, Tina Mann, and joining me in the studio today is Jamie Jamison, the Curator of Education and Public Engagement. Welcome.
Thank you for having me. I'm excited to be back on Polk Place and the award-recognized PGTV recently. Congratulations.
Thank you, and we're excited to have you back. We loved when you were here before. Now you are in a brand new situation. You've been running Zoom and Vroom. That was your brainchild.
Yes.
So we're really excited to have you back. And speaking of, what do we have in stock for October Zoom and Vroom?
So for October is Family History Month. And so when we kind of considered the Zoom and Vroom topic for October, we said it's Family History Month, it's spooky season, and it started to make us think about cemeteries and particularly people's perceptions of cemeteries. Historically, cemeteries used to be the only green space in an area, so it was a place where people would picnic, they would go on dates. Oh yeah, there's some really great stories. And what's really great about them now is that they are naturally preserved areas, right? So you can go walk through history at a cemetery. So we're taking a look at some of the oldest cemeteries in Polk County. And I'm going to quiz you, Tina.
Okay.
Where do you think the oldest cemeteries in the state can be found?
Probably St. Augustine.
That's right, our oldest settlement. And so then, where in Polk County do you think are the oldest cemeteries?
Well, Fort Meade's our oldest settlement, so.
Bingo. Fort Meade and actually Socrum Cemetery out in the Green Swamp area also are very old cemeteries. And so we're going to look at those. And what naturally leads to that is the progression of actually a historical profession in the county, funeral homes. And one of the things that I didn't realize is the origin of funeral homes. If you were in Bartow in 1910 and a family member died, you were going to the furniture store to get your coffin and make arrangements for burial of your family member because it wasn't its own individual profession and practice. And over the last 5 decades, it's become a significant profession with schools and licensing. And so we really dive into that as well and explore the cemeteries and the funeral homes across the county.
That sounds great. And that always premieres live on Facebook on a Saturday. I think it's October 9th.
Yep, it's October 9th. And if you come into the History Center, you'll be able to pick up our family pack. It's a little brown bag, and you can either ask us for it or stop in the kids' room. And it's got some driving card directions on different places you can go visit, as well as some goodies for the kids featuring a skeleton mermaid for the month of October.
Yeah, because you always give, some driving instructions and places to visit and things to see, which is really cool because you can take your whole family. And now that the weather's actually getting better,
oh yeah,
it's a little less humid outside, which is great.
Yes.
And the beautiful thing is they can do this all month because even after it premieres, they can continue to watch it on YouTube. So.
Yep, and with a county our size, there's enough cemeteries countywide to keep exploring and really broadening your interest in the history of the founders and pioneers of the county.
That sounds like fun.
Oh yeah.
One of the cool things you guys are in the middle of doing right now is actually celebrating Hispanic Heritage Month, which out of all the months, it runs from September 15th to October 15th. So what can people expect from that?
Yeah, so we kicked off Hispanic Heritage Month in September, and we've really been looking at some videos about the history and the origins of the Spanish expeditions, the conquistadors, and really that exchange in cultures. And as we roll into the month of October, we start catching up with the contemporary era. So how has that impacted music? How has it impacted dance? And in particular interest for Polk County too, what has been the impact on architecture? And we talk about some different architectural stylings that can be observed that are influenced by Spanish, Central America, and really delve into those lasting impressions of that cultural exchange. And we have had so much fun working with Anna and the Puerto Rican Hispanic Chamber of Commerce to tell this story that is really significant and impactful for a lot of people in Polk County, and more people than I think even thought that they would be impacted.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So what can we expect for the genealogy series this month?
So this is our last genealogy speaker series for the year, and I think we're going out with a really important one in a bang, and it is Hollis Gentry, and she's coming to us from the Smithsonian Institutions. And she's going to be looking at how do you discover more about your ancestors through the Freedmen Bureau records. So very particular emphasis on Black ancestry. And what's really cool about the documents that she's going to be looking at is they are crowdsourced. So the Smithsonian put these documents online and reached out to people like Tina and Jamie and said, hey, read this document and tell us what you read. And you input it into a little database, and then their researchers go back in and clean it up. And then they've got all of this work now digitized. Wow. What would have taken years only takes months. And so it's gonna be really cool to look through those records with her.
That sounds fantastic. And did you want to talk just a little bit about the special DAR program that was coming up?
Yeah, so we are working with the Daughters of the American Revolution, and they have a museum in DC, and they are partnering with other museums to really highlight individual artifacts within collections. And for the month of October, we're doing a program called The 7 Deadly Sins, where it's kind of tongue-in-cheek. We look at different artifacts from the collection through the lens of how could this represent greed or envy or pride. You know, we pull a Letterman jacket out, a Bartow Letterman jacket, and look at, okay, what is a Letterman jacket? Is it pride? What are you demonstrating when you wear that? So we're gonna have a real fun time with Miss J. Lenora. And it is going to be offered both in person and virtual, so you'll just need to contact us if you want to attend in person. And if we're booked up, I'll be able to give you the Zoom link so you can attend virtually.
That sounds fun. And J. Lenora is such an engaging speaker.
Oh, yeah.
She's full of life. She's always engaging and entertaining, and she gets so into everything she's talking about.
She does. And the good news is she'll be back 3 more times for additional programs throughout the next calendar year.
I'm looking forward to it.
Me too.
Now we got to talk about it. It's only October, but we've got to talk about Festival of Wreaths.
We do. You know, Santa gets to wait until December before he makes his appearance, but he's always working behind the scenes throughout the whole year, and so is the History Center. So we have had a tremendous number of people come out to pick up Christmas wreaths, and we're going to be having the whole History Center decorated, and we want our friends throughout the county to come visit us starting on November 12th to see the fruits of their labor. And we know that they're always going to be gorgeous, and we're excited because we also got word from the big man himself that he's going to come and check them out and do some selfies with kids as well. So he'll be in November 19th and 27th to visit with the kids and inspect the quality of our fantastic wreaths that he's heard about in Polk County.
And of course, every year we have the online auction, and
Yes.
proceeds actually benefit the programming at the History Center. So you'll be able to, bid on these wreaths yourself. I think that begins on November 12th this
Yep,
year.
you'll be able to bid on them, and you'll want to come visit them at the History Center before December 16th, because then we pull them down because
Everybody sells
wants
them.
to decorate. Yep, they
Yes.
sell out and everybody wants to decorate their houses. And yeah, it benefits our programming and allows us to do some of the great digital content that we've been doing.
Well, as always, you guys have such great programming, so we thank you for coming out.
Yeah, thank you for having me, and we're looking forward to seeing all our friends at the History Center.
Polk County has a rich history and heritage, and the Polk County History Center is continuously thinking of new ways to help Polk residents experience that history. The museum's collection includes natural and cultural objects related to Polk and the greater Central Florida area that represent our history from pre-Columbian to present-day eras. The artifacts on display at the museum represent individuals, cultural groups, and events significant to the region. Located at 100 East Main Street in Bartow, the History Center is open from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Tuesday through Saturday. For more information about exhibits and events, you can check them out on the web at polkhistorycenter.org or give them a call at 863-534-4386.